Good day. In this video, we're going to answer your first quiz in M106 Calculus 1 with Analytic Geometry. So test 1, ang ating task is to list the elements of the following set operations. Given A containing 1, 2, 3, 4, B containing 3, 6, 9, 12, C containing 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and D containing 1, 4, 9, 16, we will evaluate or list the elements of the sets produced by these operations. So first one, we have C union parenthesis or quantity A intersection B. So this will be simply C, which has 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, union of the intersection of A and B. So 1, 2, 3, 4, intersection with 3, 6, 9, 12. And then, syempre, naka-parenthesis yung intersection. We will combine that to form the intersection or yung common element sa kanila, which is simply 3. Okay? Yun lang naman ang common sa kanila, no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 6, 9, 12. It's simply 3. So we will find the union of 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 3 in order to form the answer of 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And that's it. So our answer for the first item is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Next, A union quantity B intersection C intersection D. Now here, we have 3 major operations sa labas. No? So the flow here is to first operate the 2 sets inside the parenthesis, and then outside, meron pang union and intersection ulit. Now, in some references, they say that the intersection is the first to be operated. I mean, parang sa PEMDAS, mauuna yung multiplication sa addition. Pero, we will stick for now sa equal lang. No? So, kung sino mauna, left to right, union man or intersection, yun ang uunahin natin. So, that's our process. No? Yun yung ating susundan na rule. Okay, let's list the elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Union 3, 6, 9, 12. Intersection 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. And then intersection with D, which is 1, 4, 9, 16. Okay. Now, obviously, yung unahin natin is yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy that. Union with the intersection of these 2 sets. So, meron tayong common na 3. And I think that's the only common here. Intersection 1, 4, 9, 16. So, ito yung sinasabi ko na in some references, they first operate the intersection. Pero, we will stick to the original rule na mauuna kung alin yung nauna kapag ganyan ang setup natin. So, we will first use the union operation. So, it will become 1, 2, 3, 4. Intersection with 1, 4, 9, 16. So our final answer here is going to be 1 and 4. Yeah, I forgot that. 1 and 4. Okay. Next item, A union B intersection B union C. Okay, we will start with the sets na nasa loob ng parenthesis and then we will perform the operation outside the parenthesis. So first, we need to, can now erase this one as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, union with 3, 6, 9, 12, intersection with B, 3, 6, 9, 12, union C, which has 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So, ang union ng dalawang to, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 6, 9, 12, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 12. And then the other one is the union of these two, no, is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12. And then we will find the intersection of these two sets. So that will end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Wala sila. 5, wala sa both. 6, 9, and 12. Okay, that's the common elements for the two. So that's our final answer for number 3. Let's copy that. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, next one. D intersection A union C intersection B. So our first set is 1, 4, 9, 16. Set D intersection set A, which has 1, 2, 3, 4. Union with C intersection B. That means 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. Intersection 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, then after that, let's combine the intersection of these two sets. So the intersection A, ang common sa kanila ay 1 and 4. While sa C intersection B, ang common sa kanila ay 3. That's all. So, ang sagot natin dito is simply 1, 3, and 4. Lastly, for set difference, A minus B. 1, 2, 3, 4 minus 3, 6, 9, 12. That means we need to remove, no, the common element from these two. Ano yung common sa kanila? That's 3. So we will remove 3 from the original 1. So that will end up with 1, 2, and 4. So sa 1, 2, 3, 4, inalis mo yung intersection nila, which is 3. So naiwan ay 1, 2, and 4. That's it. Okay, moving on to test 2. Let us answer this following set of equations and inequalities. Let's find the solution set. And then we will illustrate the solution set on the real number line. So the first item is absolute value of 2x minus 5 is equal to negative 4. Dito pa lang, kitang-kita na walang absolute value ng isang quantity na merong result na less than 0 or simply negative number. No? Laging 0 or positive number ang ating solutions. Ang ating, not the solution set, no? Just the equation itself. Walang absolute value ng isang quantity na mayroong negative number. It's always going to be 0 or positive. So that means for item number 1, we have a null set. Null set or pwedeng ganito. That's the solution set. Walang solution kasi it's not even possible in the first place. Next, absolute value of 2x minus 3 is equal to absolute value of x plus 2. So, ang rule nga dyan, kapag meron tayong dalawang absolute value quantities na naka-equate, we will solve two cases. The first case is kapag equal sila. And the second one is equal si 2x minus 3 sa negative ng buong x plus 2. So, that's equal to negative quantity x plus 2. Then, for both of these cases, we will solve the value of x. So, 2x minus x is equal to 2 plus 3. X is equal to 5. And for the other one, 2x minus 3, we will distribute negative 1 or the negative symbol here to both items or for both terms rather. Negative x minus 2. So that means 2x plus x is equal to negative 2 plus 3. 3x is equal to negative 2 plus 3, which is equal to 1. So, ang ating sagot dyan is dividing both sides by 3, x is equal to 1/3. So, our solution set for item number 2 is 5 and 1/3. For the next item, we have an absolute value quantity compared to a number or a constant here, no? Using an inequality symbol. So we have absolute value of 1 plus 3 over x is greater than 2. Kapag ganyan, no? Absolute value tapos greater than, ang ating rule dyan is nasa labas tayo. Kapag less than 2 siya, nasa loob tayo. What does this imply? So kapag greater than, that means 1 plus 3 over x is greater than the positive counterpart of the given, yung sa right side natin ng inequality. And it will be less than 1 plus 3 over x doon kay negative 2. So, how do we visualize that? So, pag sa number line, it looks like this. Say, for instance, this is negative 2, this is positive 2. 1 plus 3 over x is between. Kapag nasa loob siya, kapag less than 2. Pero in this case, since 1 plus 3 over x is greater than 2, ang result dyan is ganito. Negative 2, positive 2, nandito at nandito. So, labas nga siya. Ganoon yung ating representation ng absolute value sa inequality. Ngayon, we will solve these two inequalities. Now, meron tayong denominator na x. We will work on that later. Let us manipulate muna. Lipat natin sa kabila si 1. So, 3 over x is greater than 2 minus 1 for this first inequality. And then 3 over x is less than negative 2 minus 1 for the second inequality. Then simplify. 3 over x is greater than 1. 3 over x is less than negative 3. Then, ito yung point na kailangan natin gumamit ng mga cases. Kasi, we are multiplying x to both sides of the inequality. We are not sure if we are multiplying a negative or positive number. No, x could be negative, x could be positive. So, in the cases where x is negative, ang mangyayari dyan, or less than 0, ang mangyayari dyan, mapiflip ang ating symbol. So that means, 3 is less than x. No? So it's multiplying both sides by x. So sige, ipakita natin ang process. 3 over x times x is less than na siya. Kasi, we are multiplying a negative number. 3 cancelled out is less than x. Dito naman, kapag positive ang ating value ni x for this first side pa lang ha, ang litaw dyan is same lang. So, we are multiplying x to 3 over x, and that's greater than 1 times x. That means 3 is greater than x. Now, let's compare the assumption with the value we obtained. No? Saka to, ito, at saka ito. So, x is less than 0. Tapos, this one, 3 is less than x, implying x is greater than 3. Is this possible? Pwede ba maging negative number si x tapos greater than 3 siya? Obviously, hindi. So, ang ating sagot dito is null set. Sa kabila, x is greater than 0 and x is less than 3. Possible ba yun? Obviously, hindi rin siya. Chola. Pwede siya. Pwede siya. So, less than 3, if you're going to visualize the number line, it's 3, 0. So, yung isa papunta doon, yung isa papunta doon. So, yung values between 0 and 3 kasama siya. Meaning, dito sa ilalim na to, sa second part na to, pwede si 0 at saka 3. So, yun yung sa case 1. Case 1 pa lang yun. Yung, equation 1 rather, or inequality 1 from this part. For inequality 2, we will try 2 cases ulit. Multiplying by a negative number and multiplying by a positive number. I-shortcut ko na lang para magkasya sa ating screen. So, if we're multiplying x, a negative value of x, ang litaw dyan is 3 is less than negative 3x. Mapiflip siya. So, instead of less than, magiging greater than siya. Kasi, negative number. So, that means, dividing both sides by negative 3, babalik tayo sa 1 less than, negative 1 less than x. So, x is greater than negative 1. Okay. Sa kabila, let's encircle that for future reference. Kapag positive naman si x, it will stay the same. So, 3 is less than negative 3x pa rin. Okay? And then, what's next? We can divide both sides by negative 3 ulit. Magpi-flip ang ating sign. So, negative 1 is greater than x, meaning x is less than negative 1. Now let's compare again. X is less than 0, x is greater than negative 1. Possible ba? Pwede. Between negative 1 and 0. So kung sa number line, that's negative 1 and 0, dito siya. Yung isa, less than 0. Yung isa, greater than negative 1. So yung values natin is negative 1 and 0. Medyo napuno yung ating screen. I hope you can still follow. Next, dito sa next one, x is greater than 0, x is less than negative 1. No? If you're going to combine that, positive number na less than a negative number, obviously, it's not possible. So, null set ulit tayo dyan. Kaya ang possible lang na values is yung from 0 to 3 at from negative 1 to 0. So, to sum up, ang ating answer dyan sa number 3, itira natin yung mga nakabox, no? Mamaya natin ilagay yung mga number line representation para magkasya sa screen. Ang ating sagot ay negative 1, 0, union 0, 3. Well, actually, this is an interval notation. Okay? So, yung ibang ginagawa nila is x is an element of negative 1, 0, 0, 3. Pwede rin yun. Pero, for your midterm exam, no, if we are looking for the solution set, I will also consider the interval notation. Kasi kapag, you will still use x such that x is greater than negative 1 but less than 0, and combined with x such as x is greater than 0 but less than 3. It's very lengthy, tedious to write. So ito na lang. This will suffice. Next, for item number 4, x plus 1 is less than absolute value of x. So how do we approach this given item? Una, we can also express this as absolute value of x is greater than x plus 1. Same lang ng idea yun, no? So, inilagay ko lang sa left yung absolute value because we have the property again na kapag greater than, ang ating result dyan is x is greater than x plus 1 at x is less than negative x negative of x plus 1. Now, for both of these inequalities, no? Inequality 1, inequality 2, we will solve for x niyan. Okay, so x is greater than x plus 1. Lagay sa kabila si x minus x is greater than 1. 0 is greater than 1. That's not possible, obviously. So, dito pa lang meron tayong null set or there is no possible value of x that will satisfy x is greater than x plus 1. Okay, next. For the inequality 2, x is less than negative x minus 1. Dinistribute ko si negative 1 sa labas ng quantity. Kaya siya nagiging ganyan. And then, x plus x is less than negative 1. 2x is less than negative 1. Then, x is less than negative 1/2. So, ito lang yung possible dyan. Nakuha na natin agad. Wala namang mga cases na kailangan dyan kasi hindi naman tayo nagkaroon ng fraction kung saan denominator si x. Kaya yan na agad ang ating sagot. So, x is less than negative 1/2. We can use set builder. So x such that x is less than negative 1/2. Or we can also use the interval notation. So ang result is negative infinity and negative 1/2. For your last item, 4 plus absolute value of 3 minus x over 3 is greater than 9. How do we work on this? We will isolate yung walang absolute value o yung may absolute value doon sa wala. So, lilipat sa kabila si 4. 3 minus x over 3 is greater than or equal to 9 minus 4. And that equates to, or that is the same as 3 minus x all over 3 is greater than or equal to 5. Then, again, since greater than ang gamit natin na symbol, nasa labas na naman, no? That means 3 minus x over 3 is greater than or equal to 5. Or kasi yung dalawang mga solutions na ay welcome sa ating final solution set. Or 3 minus x over 3 is less than or equal to negative 5. Now, we can simply solve the inequality. The thing is, you don't need to use any cases, no? Mga cases dito. Kasi, ang x natin nasa taas, wala siya sa ilalim. So, you simply work on it as if, how to solve for x. Ganun lang naman siya. No need to find the case kung saan negative si x, positive si x. That doesn't matter anymore in here. So, 3. Negative x all over 3. Ang ginawa ko dito is nag-subtract ng 3 sa both sides is greater than 5 minus 3. So, negative x all over 3 is greater than or equal to 2. And then, negative x all over 3, multiply both sides by negative 3 is less than or equal to, take note kasi we are multiplying a negative number para maalis yung denominator na 3 at the same time yung negative ni quantity ni x over 3. So it's less than negative 3 times 2 and that's equal to x is less than or equal to negative 6. Okay, that's for the first inequality. Ito pa lang yun. For the second one, it will be negative x over 3 is less than or equal to negative 5 minus 3. Then, negative x over 3 is less than or equal to negative 7. Wala na tayong space. Let me erase the writings in the middle para ituloy dito. Negative x over 3, multiply natin si negative 3 ulit. That will become greater than or equal to negative 3 times negative 7. Ay, wait. Correction. Negative 5 minus 3 is supposed to be negative 8. So that means negative 8 yan. So that means meron tayong x na naiwan is greater than or equal to negative 3 times negative 8 which is equal to 24. So ang ating sagot, x is less than or equal to negative 6 and x is greater than or equal to 24. So pwedeng isulat na lang in interval notation. That will be negative infinity, negative 6 kasama si negative 6, so bracket. Union, kasama ulit si 24, so may bracket. 24, positive infinity. Positive infinity. So, yan ang ating mga solution set for test 2. Let us illustrate each on the real number line. Madali na lang, no? If we have solved for the value or values of x, madali na lang siya. So, sa number 1, obviously, wala tayong graph kasi wala siyang solution. Next, for number 2, 1/3 and 5. Siyempre, nasa left si 1/3 tapos si 5 nandito. And then, we just plot a point kasi equation pa lang to. Next, for number 3, negative 1, 0. Negative 1 to 0. Tapos, 0 to 3. So, that means negative 1 hanggang 0. Tapos, 0 hanggang 3. Ganun siya. Parang dalawang magkatabi na naka-parenthesis. Hindi kasama si 0. No, it's just like negative 1 hanggang 3. Pero, inomit si 0 kasi hindi siya pwede maging 0 doon sa ilalim. Obviously, ang mangyayari dyan is magiging undefined yung ating entire quantity sa left side kapag naging 0 si x kasi 1 plus 3 over 0. That's undefined. Next, for number 4, negative infinity hanggang negative 1/2. So, let's put 0 for reference. Tapos, negative 1/2. And then, from negative infinity, that means ganyan siya. For number 5, negative infinity hanggang kay negative 6. Tapos, 24 infinity. Kasama si negative 6 at 24. So, we will use brackets. And, ganyan ang graph nila sa number line. And that's all for test 2. Okay, on to the next test or test 3. We will find a solution set of the following inequalities again. Pero this time, walang absolute value na kasama. Okay? We will also illustrate the solution on the real number line. So the first given or item, 2x minus 11 is less than negative 3, quantity x plus 2. We will solve it as usual. 2x minus 11 is less than negative 3 times x plus 2. Wala naman masyadong kailangang cases dyan, no? We will simply work on it as if we are solving an equation. With the exception of multiplying and dividing negative numbers kung saan mag-flip yung ating inequality. So 2x is less than negative 3x minus 6. Dinistribute ko si negative 3 sa dalawa. And then, plus 11. 2x is 2x plus 3x is less than negative 6 plus 11, which is equal to 5. So, 5x is less than 5. Divide both sides by 5. X is less than 1. So, for this one, matisagot is x such that x is less than 1. Next item, number 2. X minus 4 all over 6 is greater than or equal to x minus 2 all over 9 plus 5 over 18. We need to find the LCD of these three denominators, 6, 9, and 18, and that is 18. In order to make all of these denominators 18, si 6 you will multiply 3, si 9 you will multiply 2. And whatever you multiply to these denominators, these respective denominators, you will also multiply to their numerators. So 3 over 3 multiplied by x minus 4 all over 6 is greater than 2 over 2 multiplied by x minus 2 all over 9 plus 5 over 18. In order to end up with 3 times x minus 4 all over 18 is greater than or equal to 2 times x minus 2 all over 18 plus 5 over 18. Next, magiging 3x minus 12 over 18 is greater than or equal to 2x minus 4 over 18 plus 5 over 18. Let's delete the space here sa taas. We can simply multiply 18 to all of these sides to cancel out the denominators. Wala na yan. Ang may iwan na lang dyan is 3x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 2x minus 4 plus 5. And we can now easily solve for x. (3x minus 2x is greater than negative 4 plus 5 plus 12. Then x is greater than or equal to negative 4 plus 5, negative 4 plus 5, which is 1, plus 12, which is 13. So, ang ating sagot is x is greater than or equal to 13. That's it. Let us write that in solution or in set builder notation. X such that x is greater than or equal to 13. Diba mas madali lang yung test 3 kaysa sa test 2. Next, 2x minus 3 all over 3x minus 5 is greater than or equal to 3. This time, if we are multiplying, kasi si 3x minus 5, since x is a variable, 3x minus 5 may also vary, no? Kapag nagkataon na si 3x minus 5 is a negative number, no? 3x minus 5 is less than 0, that means si 3x minus 5, if we're going to multiply to both sides of the inequality, it will end up with a flipped inequality. So it's going to be less than or equal to 3 times 3x minus 5 na siya. No? And if the case is 3x minus 5, sa taas na lang kasi wala lang space, no? Is greater than 0 or simply positive, it will stay the same. Magiging 3x minus 5 multiplied by 2x minus 3 over 3x minus 5 cancelled out, pero yung inequality symbol same pa rin, 3 times 3x minus 5. So we'll work on that, those two, no? Okay, let us solve dito sa negative part, sa ilalim. Okay? Now, this will become 2x minus 3 is less than, distribute si 3, 9x minus 15. And what will that result in? Wala tayong space. 2x minus 9x is less than or equal to negative 15 plus 3. Negative 7x is less than or equal to negative 12. Divide both sides, no, by -7. Ang result natin dyan is x is greater than or equal to 12/7. Take note yan at saka ito. So we will write that here. Where should we write that? 3x minus 5 is less than 0. Tapos x is greater than or equal to 12/7. Ayan. We will take note of that. We will evaluate that later kung merong possible values si x. Now, let's move on sa kabila naman. Kung saan positive si 3x minus 5 magiging 2x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 3 times 3x minus 5. 2x minus 3 is greater than or equal to 9x minus 15. Okay? Then, 2x minus 9x is greater than or equal to -15 plus 3. Anong result? -7x is greater than or equal to -12. And that means dividing both sides by -7, actually same lang yung result. Maiiba lang yung symbol. X is less than or equal to 12/7 naman siya. So, 3x minus 5 is greater than 0. Tapos, x is less than or equal to 12/7. We're not done yet. We will compare these two pairs, no? Kung yung bawat pair ay mayroong napagkasunduang value ni x. So, let's evaluate the first pair, wherein 3x minus 5 is less than 0 and x is greater than or equal to 12/7. Kailangan satisfied pareho. Paano natin ma-evaluate to? We will solve for x doon kay 3x minus 5 is less than 0. Kaya magiging 3x is less than 5. Divide both sides by 3. X is less than 5/3. The question is, can a number be less than 5/3 but greater than or equal to 12/7? Medyo mahirap i-determine unless we determine kung alin ang mas mataas sa kanila. So, we can use the old school cross multiplication kung alin ang mas mataas, 5/3 ba o 12/7? Para we can visualize that sa number line. So, 5 times 7 is 35. 12 times 3 is 36. That means mas mataas si 12/7 kay 5/3. Meaning sa number line, ito si 5/3, ito si 12/7. Ngayon, can a number be less than 5/3? Meaning nasa left side siya na number line, and at the same time, greater than or equal to 12/7. Nasa right side siya. As you can see, wala silang overlap. No? They will not overlap here. Kaya wala tayong solution doon sa first pair natin. So, null set to. Null set yan. Next, let's evaluate yung second pair natin kung saan greater than, no? 3x minus 5 is greater than 0 and x is less than or equal to 12/7. this will become 3x is greater than 5, x is greater than 5 over 3. Tapos yung isa, less than or equal to 12 over 7. So number line, it will show, since pareho lang naman yan, 5 over 3. Tapos yung isa, 12 over 7. That means, yung isa mataas kay 5 over 3. Yung isa, less than or equal to 12 over 7. So this will be accepted kasi may overlap silang dalawa. In the end, yung final answer natin dito is this. 5 over 3, 12 over 7 inclusive. So, yun yung interval notation solution natin dyan. We can also write this in set builder notation. Kung saan, magiging x such that 5 over 3. This will also be accepted as the solution set. Actually, ito yung solution set talaga. Pero I will also accept yung interval notation para hindi tayo mahirapan sa paglagay ng final answer natin. On to our last item. Mamaya we will show them on a real number line isa-isa after we solve the 4. Next tayo. X times quantity x minus 1 times quantity x plus 1 is greater than 0. Anong gagawin? We are solving for the value or values of x that will satisfy this inequality. Kapag ganito siya, ang ating gagawin is to use the table of signs. Okay? So how do we do that? First, we need to solve this as if it was an equation muna. So how? X times x minus 1 times x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then, solving for the values of x. X is equal to 0. X minus 1 is equal to 0. And x plus 1 is equal to 0. Tatlo yan, magkakaiwalay. So ito, yun na yung sagot. Ito, x is equal to 1. Ito, x is equal to negative 1. So these numbers, they are not the solutions to our inequality. Rather, they are the critical values. Bakit? Sila yung boundary kung saan pwedeng mag-iba, no, yung ating mga intervals. Ito yung mga boundary ng mga intervals natin. So on my number line, this will split into negative 1, 0, and 1. So, mga intervals na from negative infinity hanggang kay negative 1, from negative 1 hanggang kay 0, from 0 to positive 1, from 1 to infinity. So, mula doon, we can build a table of signs. So, let's write the factors. X minus 1, x plus 1, tapos yung buo, x times x minus 1 times x plus 1. Then, we will write negative infinity sa pinaka-left, positive infinity sa pinaka-right, and then, lagyan natin yung mga critical values, negative 1, 0, and 1. Now, in this case, we will find a test value for each interval. So, from negative infinity to negative 1, let's find the value, no, between negative infinity and negative 1. Let's try si negative 2. O, yan yung ating test value. Dito, between negative 1 and 0, we can use negative 1 half. Tapos dito, from 0 to 1, it's 1 half. It's arbitrary, no? You can choose. Lagi ko sa ilalim para mas kita, no? Negative 2, negative 1 half, 1 half, at saka 2. Okay. Now, let us evaluate, no, each of these factors when x is the test value. So, negative 2, x lang yun. So, negative na yan. Negative 1/2 si x. So, negative pa rin. 1/2, positive. 2, positive. Next, x minus 1. So, negative 2 minus 1 is negative 3. Negative 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1 and 1/2. 1/2 plus negative 1, or 1/2 minus 1 is negative 1/2 pa rin. And this is positive 2 minus 1 is 1. And follow the same procedure for each. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1. Negative 1/2 plus 1 is 1/2. 1/2, positive, positive. And then, after nyan, we can simply multiply, no, all of these signs to find kung pwede ba ang interval na yun. Sige, negative times negative times negative. Negative times negative is positive times negative. That is negative. Negative times negative is positive times positive is still positive. Okay? Positive times negative is negative times positive is still negative. And then positive, 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 positive. Anong hanap? Greater than 0. That means positive. So, yung mga pwede na interval lang dyan is yung from negative 1 hanggang 0, yun, 1 hanggang infinity. Yung dalawang ito, yun lang ang ating intervals na mayroong solutions that will satisfy this inequality. So that is our answer. Now, we can plot each of these on a number line para ma-visualize sila kung anong itsura ng mga values or intervals natin. So, yung una, x such that x is less than 1. So, meron tayong 0 here for reference. Oops. Sige. 1. Positive 1 pala siya. So, magiging ganyan. And then, papunta sa left yung mga values natin. Next, for number 2, x such that x is greater than or equal to 13. 0 for reference. 13 greater than or equal to, so we will use a bracket. Number 3, between 5/3 and 12/7. Kasama si 12/7, si 5/3 hindi. So, ganyan siya. Parenthesis, bracket. And lastly, for number 4, negative 1 to 0, tapos 1 to infinity. So, meron tayong 1, negative 1, 0, 1. Ito, pag ganyan, parenthesis sa parehas, up, tapos yung 1 papunta sa right. Yun yung ating solution, ay graph ng ating solution sets for test 3. If you have any questions, you may send me a chat sa Messenger or sa Teams. And that's all.